Independence Street, Roseau, just after the EC Low Black Bridge. Call us at 275-8788. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Wines and spirits are our specialty, with top brands to choose from.
Diplomatico, Vodi, Chairman's Reserve, Vino Maple, Bounty, to name a few.
So make your gift giving easy with a GBA gift certificate. Season's greetings from all of us at GBA Enterprises.
All right. Good afternoon to you, Karen, on the telephone at this time. I know some great deals for Black Friday at GBA. Good afternoon to you, Karen. Good afternoon to you.
Hi, good afternoon, Matt, and good afternoon to all your listeners, and a big hello from GBA Enterprises and everyone there.
All right. What's available at GBA Enterprises?
Well, we're just advising our listeners about GBA's Black Friday deals, and we have some amazing deals. I first want to remind everybody, and especially those who don't know us and where we're located. We're located at 106C Independence Street, Roseau, just after you get off the EC Low Black Bridge at the Globe Building. We are right there on the left, so come visit us. So tomorrow is Black Friday. Today's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. We always have to give thanks. And so tomorrow we have lots of bundles, Matt. So we have 2 bottles of Brogan's Irish Cream for $100. That's 2 bottles. Then we have 2 bottles Clan Fraser Whiskey, $98 for the 2. 2 bottles Black Stripe Whiskey, $98. So 2 bottles of whiskey, $98. Then we have our Vina Maple wines. We have 2 bottles for $35, 3 bottles for $50, 4 bottles for $66. These are amazing deals that we can start shopping for tomorrow, setting aside for our dinners, our parties, for the season, entertaining, whatever we need our wines for. It's Christmas coming up. We can start shopping tomorrow, Black Friday. So those wines are sweet red, sweet Moscato. Then we have our La Nina wines, sweet Malbec, pink Moscato, and sweet Moscato. Matt, 3 bottles for $60.
You say 3 bottles, 3 bottles.
3 bottles of wine for $60. Amazing deals. And this is a great opportunity, as I said, to stock up for the Christmas season while these deals are ongoing. So tomorrow is a perfect opportunity for everyone to stop by GBA, pick up the deals, get to know us, and not only that, see all the other brands that we are agents for. Lots of brands like Bounty, Marigold Bay, Vodi, Lavish, Clamar Rums, Chairman's Reserve, and so much more, And Matt, a lot of people still don't know about GBA. So tomorrow is a great opportunity to stop by our shop at 106C Independence Street and get to know us and get to know the brands that we have available. I always say that, yes, we're promoting alcohol, but I want to add that we advocate for responsible drinking, especially if driving. Get in the habit of ride sharing and designated drivers, non-drinking drivers, so that we all stay safe while we're liming, while we're partying, and while we're going about. We must all be responsible when we're drinking. So we look forward to welcoming as many people as possible tomorrow to walk through our doors and see what GBA is all about, see what we have to offer for Black Friday. And we also have a 10%, a 15%, and a 50% of selected items. So that's going to be a little more surprises to see what else is on sale tomorrow. Of course, terms and conditions always apply.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to these big deals at GBA tomorrow, GBA Enterprises, right across, as you said, the bridge. They're coming into the town.
Exactly. So, Matt, will we be seeing you tomorrow to stop by?
Definitely.
And see what's happening?
I'll pass and get a couple of wines,
Great. That's great. So, look forward to seeing everybody. Have a great day today and come get your deals tomorrow. GBA Enterprises.
All right. Looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you, Karen. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. All right. Check out the deals at GBA Enterprises tomorrow.
Bang a bottle. Not sure what gift to give? How about a GBA gift certificate? Our gift certificates are tailored to your budget. Located at 106C Independence Street, Roseau, just after the EC Low Black Bridge. Call us at 275-8788. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Wines and spirits are our specialty with top brands to choose from.
Diplomatico, Bodhi, Chairman's Reserve, Vino Maple, Bounty, to name a few.
So make your gift giving easy with a GBA gift certificate. Season's greetings from all of us at GBA Enterprises.
All right, Dominica, good afternoon to you. As promised, we're going to go back to the issue of bail for Jonathan Lara. But I did break the news. I'm seeing the article there. As it relates to Senator Delbert Parris announces his candidacy for the United Workers' Party leadership. I haven't spoken to Mr. Parris yet, but I'm sure we'll confirm the issue or the big statement there sometime during the hour. Let's go back to the issue of bail for Jonathan Lara. Let's look at the conditions.
On November 26, 2024, Dominicans expressed anger and disbelief as murder-accused Jonathan Lara was granted access to bail of $1 million as the claimant applied for bail in order to travel overseas for medical reasons. On December 5, 2023, the claimant, Mr. Jonathan Lara, was jointly charged with Robert Thomas Snyder Jr. for 2 counts of murder. The claimant was remanded to the state prison at Stock Farm. Bail in the Commonwealth of Dominica is governed by the Bail Act number 20 of 2020. The claimant relied on sections 4, subsection 3, 4, subsection 4, 7, subsection 1, and 7, subsection 2 of the Act. The following are the conditions of bail as granted to murder-accused Jonathan Lara by the court yesterday, November 26, 2024. It is hereby ordered that bail is offered to the applicant, Jonathan Lara, in the sum of $1 million Eastern Caribbean currency, with one surety in the like sum of $1 million. The conditions of the bail are: 1. The surety, who is to be approved by the registrar of the High Court, must be a family member or a business associate or someone of similar stature who, in the opinion of the registrar, has significant influence in relation to the applicant and is capable of ensuring that the applicant abides by the conditions of his bail. 2. The applicant must not communicate directly or indirectly, including via social media or through a third party, with any witness about this case. 3. The applicant must attend court on the 10th of December 2024 and all adjourned dates until the conclusion of the matter. 4. The applicant may be permitted to travel out of the Commonwealth of Dominica for medical purposes, but must secure the approval of a judge of the High Court and provide details as to the dates of travel, including date of return, proposed address while overseas, and the medical facility he intends to visit. 5. The applicant would have to provide proof to the registrar that he has revoked his American citizenship prior to being allowed to travel out of the Commonwealth of Dominica. 6. The applicant must provide a sworn undertaking that he would not seek to reactivate his American citizenship while on bail. 7. The applicant shall file, if necessary, under seal, an updated medical report upon any travel overseas. 8. The applicant must commit to returning to the Commonwealth of Dominica upon conclusion of any medical procedure, and to not travel to and remain in any third country, that is, any country other than that to which approval was given. 9. The applicant shall provide a solemn guarantee to pay for any and all expenses that may be incurred by the state in seeking to have him returned to Dominica, in the event that he does not do so voluntarily and immediately after his medical procedures. 10. The applicant shall provide an irrevocable consent to be extradited. Such an undertaking would indicate that he would not contest extradition should it become necessary to seek his extradition. 11. The applicant undertakes not to breach the laws of the United States of America or any country to which he travels for medical attention while he is within such other country's borders. 12. The applicant, prior to any overseas travel, shall consent to having a tracking device fitted to his body. 13. The applicant, upon his return to Dominica, shall reside at Bois Cotlet Estate and not leave the Commonwealth of Dominica without first getting the approval of a judge of the High Court. 14. The applicant, upon his return to Dominica, must report to Grand Bay Police Station once a week on Mondays to sign in, sometimes between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. 15. If the applicant breaches any condition of his bail, or if he is charged with any offense anywhere which has a prescribed penalty of at least 2 years imprisonment, then his recognizance becomes liable to be forfeited and his bail may be revoked. Copies of the bail order are to be served on the Chief of Police, the Chief Immigration Officer, the Superintendent of Prisons, the Clerk of the Magistrates Court, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions.
All right, Dominican, we heard subsequently from Mr. Blackmore, the Security Minister of Dominica, totally dismissing, if you will, the judgment of the judge as it relates to bail. Mr. Blackmore.
Let me begin by making it fundamentally clear that the state takes this bail application for Jonathan Lara, one of the accused of the double murder of Dominic Marchand and Daniel Joseph Langlois, very seriously and is totally opposed to the granting of bail. While I fully appreciate the independence of the court and embrace the principle that within our society, one is presumed innocent until proven guilty, however, there is consensus within society that certain crimes, because of the brutality involved, are very serious and therefore must be dealt with in the most serious manner by the court. The public interest, therefore, is the transcending issue and must be seen to be one preserved and protected by the court at all times. One of the things your government has done over the years is to enact a bail act to seek to bring clarity as to how and when bail should be granted by the court. And in instances where bail should not be granted: 1, the seriousness of the crime; 2, if the accused person is a flight risk; and thirdly, the public interest. The state, from the onset, has taken this case very seriously. The police was quick and professional in its response, and that has been manifested throughout the investigations. The state has retained the services of one of the best senior counsels in the area of criminal law from the region to assist with the prosecution of that matter. The state will continue to provide all the resources needed to ensure this matter is properly prosecuted and justice is not only seen to be done, but will be done.
Q95.
Now, I looked at my Facebook page there, Q95, and I got a message. And it reads, Ribbon Blackmore 1017. He says that message was written by his own hands. I'm still trying to deduce what that means, asking the question whether he consulted with other members of cabinet or this is just his opinion. But that's the message he sent. Written with my own hands. I'm sure we'll find out more. According to somebody, maybe it's just his opinion. But right after, just a few minutes after the statement went out on the national radio station, a lawyer, Joshua Francis, slammed the Minister of National Security on the Nature Isle News. On this statement. According to Mr. Francis, the minister should not have expressed such views for publication because that could be regarded as reflecting adversely on the impartiality, discretion, or ability of the High Court Judge, Justice Colin Williams. Mr. Joshua Francis on the line. He's been following the case very, very closely. Mr. Francis, why that comment? Why that comment? Why have you slammed Mr. Reverend Blackmore?
Hi, good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to your listeners. Okay, Matt, the world knows that this matter at hand is a very high-profile matter, an ultra-high-profile matter, if I were to put it so. And the reason why it is a high-profile matter is because we are looking at three jurisdictions in the matter. Number one, the victims or the deceased are Canadians or were Canadians. The alleged offenders are Americans. And of course, our own jurisdiction. And possibly from allegations going around that one of the accused is a Dominican by economic citizenship. So, of course, the United States of America is watching to see how the Commonwealth of Dominica deals with its subject in respect to administration of justice. And also, Canada is looking at the matter to see how our judicial system operates, the administration of justice. And therefore, at an executive level, ministers and representatives of the government supposed to keep in mind that comments must not only appear not to be questioning the independence of the judiciary or questioning the impartiality of the High Court judge, given that we have a small jurisdiction and one High Court judge adjudicating over criminal matters, but also the issue of foreign relations, diplomatic relationships. Matt, if you're following the news, you would note that there is a dispute between Canada and India over some issues. So the statements were made, etc. So when we contextualize everything in respect to that case, we would expect the minister to be very prudent in his utterances. A matter of fact, I'm being told, and I don't know how true that is, that the minister did not get the authority of the prime minister to make the comment which he made. And it is no credit or discredit to the prime minister of Dominica, but oftentimes you will hear the prime minister saying, well, the judiciary is independent. I have no comment. Let the court decide. Let the court determine. But one would understand why the government of Dominica and its operatives would be hasty in making certain comments, because of course the government wants to look like it is doing its work as far as the police department is concerned. I think it would have been more appropriate for the minister of Justice to be concerned about the utterances that the High Court judge made in his deliberations in respect to the bail application that we are discussing. And for those who have a copy of the decision or the judgment given by the judge, you can turn to page 42. Page 42. Oh, sorry, paragraph 42, my bad. Paragraph 42. And the judge says, and quote, the investigator admitted that they failed to meet the requirements of disclosure, failed to comply with the order of the court, and the claimant was, as a result, languishing in prison as his medical conditions deteriorated. The investigating officer, after admitting the claimant's argument, stated in paragraphs 8 and 9 of the claimant's affidavit, said that he, however, wishes to state further that non-compliance of the order, that's in open court, was in no way out of disrespect to the court and the proceedings in the court, but as a result of the prosecution not having the necessary documents in its possession to disclose and prepare the documentary exhibit bundle. Now, I want the public to listen to this. This was due to the DNA reports and ballistic reports were coming from outside the jurisdiction of Dominica, as the resources to do forensics and ballistic testing. However, the prosecution nonetheless has disclosed everything in its possession. Now, Matt, I read that line because you would have taken note. Due to the DNA reports and ballistics reports were coming from outside the jurisdiction of Dominica.
So the police, in a sense, have not done their work.
Well, the police is doing its work, but the police hands are tied. The police continue to be affected by limited resources within its stations in Dominica, within its investigation department. And I think that's where the minister should focus on policy decisions. Because sometimes we blame the police. We say the police don't investigate properly, but it is evident based on the judgment given by the court in this matter, there's an admission that the police has to seek reports from abroad because we do not have those resources. We're in 2024. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Department continues to be absent of equipment for DNA testing, forensic testing. Now, in addition to that, the minister in question did not say that his government made an effort to get assistance from our neighbors as far as the investigation and gathering of evidence is concerned. And Matt, again, the judge commented on that, and that is one of the reasons why the judge granted.
But I have known, Mr. Francis, in other cases, they requested help from abroad.
Well, actually, there is a former police officer, Mr. Matthew, who was accused of murder during an investigation. As we speak, his matter is pending. I am subject to correction, but I recall that government operatives, much of the minister spoke about obtaining assistance from abroad to investigate the matter. And given the nature of the matter which we are dealing with right now, that could have diplomatic ramifications and could affect our tourism. One would have thought that the government of Dominica would have sought assistance to aid the police in Dominica, but we did not hear anything about that. As a matter of fact, there are statements in the judgment which speak to the evidence, because at a bail hearing, the judge considers evidence at a prima facie level, a basic level. He may not have gone in details, although some lawyers are of the view that the judge took into consideration and commented too much on evidence. But it's a normal practice during bail application for the court to take into consideration the evidential basis on which the accused is brought before his court. And in so doing, the judge had concerns about the evidence that was brought forward to prosecute the defendant. And more so that defendant, there were discussions about eyewitnesses and discussions about the forensic evidence about identification queries, and the judge appeared not to be satisfied with the work of the police. And by no means and measure this reflects any incompetence on the investigators. Rather, it reflects the absence of resources, the neglect of the police department, the politicization of the police department, and more than ever, we need to assist the police. We need to equip our police stations. We need to train officers. We need to provide the basic supplies. So when we have situations like that, not only for high-profile matters, but for every criminal matter, that the police will have the necessary resources to gather information, gather evidence to prosecute. Because Mark, on your program, when I was there and we discussed the matter, I told you that the quality of evidence is very, very important. It's very, very important.
But let me ask you, because I'm being told that the state is maybe thinking of appealing this bail. What is there precedent for that?
Yeah, well, no, there isn't, Mark. Our Bail Act, Section 21, provides for the prosecution to appeal to the High Court where bail has been granted to a defendant or accused, basically asking the court to rescind or to reverse the decision of the magistrate. However, the Bail Act does not speak to an appeal where a High Court grants bail and for the prosecution or the Director of Public Prosecution to appeal the matter at the Eastern Caribbean level. But it has not been done. But let's look at the big picture. That is what you call legal engineering. Maybe the state could try. Maybe the DPP could try and hear what the court has to say. But I'm sure that the DPP's office and the AG's office may be in discussions to consider other applications in respect to that matter.
With all the public pressure, can the judge himself change his mind when the matter goes back to court?
Well, the judge has made a decision. What can happen is both parties at liberty, meaning the claimant, applicant, and the defendant, respondent, to go before the judge to make an application for an amendment of the bail condition. Bail has already been granted. So it's a question of whether the claimant, as we know, the accused, can meet the conditions which were given to him. If he can satisfy the conditions which need to be satisfied prior to granting him his liberty, then, of course, he would walk home until determination of the matter. But I urge the public to get the judgment, to read it up. Maybe in a subsequent program, we can analyze the judgment at a greater extent. But I just want to leave by saying, Matt, if you look at paragraph 5 of the judgment, it says here, the order of the 18th of April 2024 provided case management directions for the timely disposition of the case. The matter against the claimant and his co-accused for the murder of Daniel Joseph Langley and Dominic Marchand was to be available for trial during the term of the High Court, which commenced in September 2024. So in other words, the judge had given an order on 18th of April 2024 for disclosure of statements, documents, reports, and expected that matter to have been captured in the assizes which just ended, meaning that that matter ought to have been heard. The accused ought to have been committed already. And the judge commented on that because the claimant argued that the respondent, the state, breached the court order. So that was the gist of the matter before the judge. The judge had to determine whether bail ought to be granted to the accused based on the circumstances of the case.
Well,
But
Josh,
we don't have the time to really go in details, Mark.
and I'm sure that we will expound on this. But I'm hearing there from the public that it seems that Mr. Blackmore is in a concert. So these statements from Mr. Blackmore, people don't really believe what they're seeing. It may be a game. That's the opinion of many out there.
Well, yes, and we cannot fault the public because, again, you have to look at the nature of the matter. The accused who made this bail application is a passport vendor. And people are asking questions. Is that particular person known to be breaking bread with ministers of government? And if that's the case, are they personal friends? And if they are personal friends, did he provide gifts, including financial gifts, to members of the government? And if that is the case, then maybe the government does not want to prosecute him. People are making those remarks. Some of them are baseless. There's no evidence to corroborate any of the suspicions. It may be reasonable, it may be unreasonable.
So,
the Minister of Justice has to be very careful and tactful in making his statements.
I see he's been trying to call my cell phone. I'll try to give him a call back. Maybe he has the response. So, Joshua, we're going to expound on this discussion going forward. But there's a lot happening as we speak, and we will talk sometime in the near future. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. I just saw the Minister of Security trying to reach my phone. Let's see if we can give him an opportunity to defend his statement.
Let me begin by making it fundamentally clear that the state takes this bail application for Jonathan Lara, one of the accused of the double murder of Dominic Marchand and Daniel Joseph Langlois, very seriously, and is totally opposed to the granting of bail. While I fully appreciate the independence of the court and embrace the principle that within our society, one is presumed innocent until proven guilty, however, there is consensus within society that certain crimes, because of the brutality involved, are very serious and therefore must be dealt with in the most serious manner by the court. The public interest, therefore, is the transcending issue and must be seen to be one preserved and protected by the court at all times. One of the things your government has done over the years is to enact a bail act to seek to bring clarity as to how and when bail should be granted by the court. And in instances where bail should not be granted, one, the seriousness of the crime. Two, if the accused person is a flight risk. And thirdly, the public interest. The state, from the onset, has taken this case very seriously. The police was quick and professional in its response, and that has been manifested throughout the investigations. The state has retained the services of one of the best senior counselors in the area of criminal law from the region to assist with the prosecution of that matter. The state will continue to provide all the resources needed to ensure this matter is properly prosecuted and justice is not only seen to be done, but will be done.
All right, Dominique, that was the Minister of Security, Mr. Raven Blackmore. He's on the telephone with me. And there are a few people out there who says they believe, Matt, you know how I feel, but I'm in total agreement with the Minister of National Security, and you know how I feel about him. That's something he had to do, should have done, and ought to have done, period. Now the question is, does he mean what he said? Was it just to save face of what occurred? And that, my friend, is left to be seen. It continued. The Minister of National Security can express his opinion on the matter. It was a matter of public interest, and he has a right to express his disagreement with the judge's decision. Joshua is dead wrong on this one at this time. It happens here all the time and in the U.S. If the president is dissatisfied with the court's decision on the particular matter, especially of the public's interest. His comments on it. There was nothing wrong with what the minister said. In fact, I agreed with him. Somebody in the legal system. But let's turn to Mr. Blackmore. Mr. Blackmore, you have been slammed by many out there for making the statement, basically indicating that given your position, you should not have made that statement. In a nutshell, Mr. Blackmore, good afternoon to you, sir. How are you?
Good afternoon to you, sir, and good afternoon to your listeners.
Yes, sir. What's your take on everything that you're hearing at this time?
Well, I got a call and I heard that some statements have been made by an officer of the court, who was a lawyer, a practicing lawyer, and making reference to some material facts that ought to be discussed with the actual trial. The facts and evidence have to be litigated before a judge and jury. And a bail hearing is not an instance where the merit or the evidence concerning a particular charge for which has been preferred against an accused or defendant ought to be ventilated or litigated. He made reference to disclosure. The ought to know this disclosure is continuous. And I want to take this opportunity to really commend the police smart with the tremendous work that they have done so far. The DPP, as you know, the government has retained the services of one of the best criminal defense lawyers in the region, in an island, and the Minister of National Security and Legal Affairs has a responsibility to the wider public. And of course, and we have to be careful, as I've said in my statement, and of course the statement has been endorsed by the Prime Minister, in my statement, that the court is independent. That having been said, the court has a responsibility to the society and has a responsibility to preserve the public interest and to ensure that it is protected at all times. So the statement was not intended to encroach on such independence that I just articulated. But of course, one has to be very careful going forward. And what I've seen before, and I've heard as this case, I've been in the public domain for a while, is an attempt to somehow, quite partly, mad, to link the politician to that matter, as if to say that somehow, if nothing happens, we know that was going to happen, and because one of the accused is linked to people in high places. This is very unfortunate. This government has no actually interference in this matter. The government doesn't interfere with the court, but the Minister for Legal Affairs has a responsibility to the broader public. And I am saying that Mr. Francis made some statement, which are totally false and misleading. I'm not sure whether it is deliberately. But it's unfortunate that someone would come to speak about a matter that is so important without having an understanding of the issues of the fact. To say that the police is lacking in resources insofar as this matter is concerned is fundamentally false. And I'm sure somebody has no.
But let me intervene here, because Mr. Francis did say that our police needs more in terms of what to investigate the case further, like forensics and things. We're lacking here in Dominica. Don't you think that your office could have allowed national or maybe international persons to help and guide you?
Well, listen to me, first of all, Mark. Let me just say it again for emphasis.
Okay.
What Mr. Francis has said is not correct. It is fundamentally wrong, insofar as this matter is concerned. As you have heard me said before, that the state has been involving, from a policy standpoint, ensure that all resources are provided. The police has been working with foreign experts on every level concerning that matter. I cannot discuss the merit as far as the collected is concerned.
So you're giving the police the necessary resources that they need to investigate this matter. That's your point, yes?
And I'm saying it is totally reckless for a practicing lawyer to come on a radio station and to actually try to create a sameness on an application for bail, as if to say it is the same, like you have a live hearing before the court. He made a reference to the date for the presentation of the bangles because it's a PI, okay? It's a paper committal, It's a paper committal matter where both parties agree on the evidence. And that is done to try to you have almost an automatic transmission of that matter to the Supreme Court. And from my understanding, all parties have been served and on all the material issues relating to the evidence. And then, as he would know as a lawyer, that disclosure is a continual process.
But I think Mr. Joshua, to all respect there, sir, was making reference to what the judge said in that matter.
No. Listen to this, please.
Yes.
He was making reference. Somebody called me. I listened to him. That the police lacking resources. Okay.
Based on what the judge said in that matter.
No, I mean, he ought to know, Mark, that a bail hearing is not a trial. You get my point? It's not a trial. What is important is the magnitude and the gravity of the crime for which the person has been charged. Okay, and to look at the application on its merit. You got my point. The second to want to litigate the evidence as if to say it's a trial.
But again, Mr. Blackmore, he was reading from the judgment of the judge himself.
No, what I'm saying, Matt.
Yes.
I do not want to comment on the judgment itself in terms of the detail.
But that's what he was reading from.
He, as a practicing lawyer, ought to be able to discern. Okay, the appropriate comments to be made in a bail hearing, as opposed to a trial. And then he should be able to discern what he as a lawyer ought not to say in relation to a bail application. That's what I'm trying to say. It's up to him with a decision.
So you don't think he has an opinion, Mr. Blackmore? You don't think he has an opinion as well?
No, I will tell you something.
Yes, tell me.
All right? There's a distinction between an opinion and a statement of fact. I'm not going to agree with you, Mark, that 2 + 2 = 4. This is a factual statement. The mere fact that you express an opinion, it doesn't mean that it's a factual statement.
So again, I just want to ask for the record's sake, did you receive help from abroad? Did you receive help from abroad in investigating this matter?
As I've said before, let me just say, the state has involved every player within and outside of Dominica in the analyzing of evidence collected and in support to the police at our level. And that's what I have to say about that.
So you stand by your opinion, as you said, the statement you made yesterday on national radio, that the judge may have erred in terms of the bill that was presented there a couple of days ago.
I am not there to speak about the judge. I'm here to speak about a fundamental issue that the state is opposed to the granting of bail to the accused. I know what I know. And I heard him make reference, Mr. Julius, about medical condition and attention. He doesn't know the facts about that. It's a statement of opinion. Okay, then let's leave that there. And I'm not going to say what direction the state is going to proceed on insofar as the matter is concerned. But it's a matter of serious concern to the state.
But I'm hearing that you guys, meaning the government, may be thinking of appealing this matter there in the appeals court, the OECS appeals court. Is that factual?
What I can say to you, I'm not going to say to you now. That is left to the senior counsel and the DPP. And so, what is the next position in reference to that judgment? We should be able. What I can say, and my role there is to educate the public. Now, within the bail act, if somebody were to be bailed at the magistrate court level, it can be appealed. But the law, as it's written right now, does not provide for an appeal when a decision of bail is actually given at the Supreme Court level. Okay, that's all I have to say. So there's merit in looking at the bail act and to have it amended. Those are some of the issues that we have to talk about as he's a lawyer. And instead of coming there, I want to question the minister who has the right to speak on those issues. Understand? And he represents his client. But I represent the people of Dominica. And I have a right. I have a right, and I have a right to speak on behalf of the public interest. We don't actually.
There's a lot of criticism from the public, Mr. Blackmore. I mean, you can comment as you go that this is like a game. You guys are playing a game. Somebody referred to it as a concert that's going on. But you're saying this is serious matter. This is a serious matter.
Let me just happen. I'm not people who are judgmental. All right? When they have a cup, you have a cup, you give them the cup, they can only put in the cup what they have. These are folks who judge people on their own standard. I've never been known to be somebody involved in concert or a game player. I'm not the kind of person. If somebody wants to assign that to me, that's the person's business, because the person may be judging me on their own standard. You get my point? And I heard him in reference about, I said it was written by my own hands, as to say that I was stating my opinion without, of course, the entire cabinet. The entire government is concerned about that matter. I've been giving me the support, giving the police the support to ensure that we have all the resources to ensure not only that matter, every matter, and the state has to ensure that all the requisite resources are indeed provided. And so I wasn't. You made reference to I saying it written by my hand. It was in response to somebody who said that I would have read what somebody gave me. Okay. So I believe when we make a statement, we must qualify the statement. And that's one of the reasons why I'm calling.
Okay, Mr. Blackmore, thank you very much. I'm hoping we can talk again sometime in the near future, but we're running out of time. Okay, sir?
Yeah, before you go.
Yes, sir.
I'm still waiting for you. I don't want to call us to come and say that I'm scared of questions. When I'm ready, I'm going to comment all the questions.
Okay. I'll give the team your number again, and I'll allow them to call you. Mr. Gregor, you're hearing that he said he's ready for you, and the rest of the team there. And okay, so give him a call. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir. I'm even playing the theme of the hot seat. It's so hot in the afternoon, Dominica. Oh boy. It's a back and forth. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. We have a few.
Matt, good afternoon, Matt.
Talk to me, sir. Talk to me, yes.
Matt, can I state my opinion as a citizen of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Matt?
It's your opinion. Go ahead, yes.
Matt, if what Mr. Blackmore telling, before I said that, wasn't this man the Alex Brother a passport seller, Matt?
The whole world knows that. So what are you asking?
Yeah, but Matt, how many times Mr. Blackmore ever came on Twitter to educate the public and help the public? How about the last time you did that?
Mr. Blackmore was with me about 2 weeks ago on another matter.
Matt, let me tell you my opinion, right? If you see what Mr. Blackmore saying to us is true, he and who's that carry follow. Thank you, Matt.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. He said the entire cabinet is giving him support on the matter, and I'm sure we'll explore that. We'll take a few calls, and this discussion will continue. Let me just share with you another breaking story coming in there in the afternoon. Here's the breaking news coming in there. A memo from the Honorable Prime Minister to Mrs. Missy Henderson, Permanent Secretary, Office of the Prime Minister, November 25th. Office of the Prime Minister. The letter reads, it has been brought to my attention that a vehicle purchase, I want to be clear on this one, that a vehicle purchase for the Office of the Prime Minister and to be used to transport my children, among other services, including transportation of gas for the government, has created discomfort in many circles. I hereby instruct that the vehicle shall not be used for the transportation of my children under any circumstances. Such decision shall be implemented effective November 25th. Notwithstanding, I have proceeded to purchase a personal vehicle which shall be used to transport my children to and from school. Let the record show that I did not, for any vehicle, or I did not ask for any vehicle to be transported specifically to transport children to and from school. Though the world over, a state facilitating any head of government provides such courtesy is a common practice. This is just coming in. I just thought I should. It's in small print, so I had a little difficulty, but I get it. I will get it a little bigger so we can go through it quicker. On the telephone this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir. Sorry.
Good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon to you. Yes.
Matt, I referred to it as a concert, and I take the credit. If anyone wants to know who referred to this as a concert, give them my name. You know it. Please, because you see, look at all these different scenarios in the concert. Now Skerritt has renounced the car that was bought for his children. And what did Mr. Alexander say? Mr. Alexander said it was a replacement. It was a replacement for a 20-year-old.
That was what Mr. Clarence Christian said. It was a replacement for lies, and more lies. You see, the lies are catching up with them, huh?
So, yeah, it was a replacement for a car that was already doing that, which was old, and they wanted a new one. Mr. Skerritt is giving us the impression that his children are just going to now start riding in a car belongs to.
And he said he has never made a request for transport for British children to and from, huh?
Matt, let me stick to the point at hand. When I say a concert, these different people are playing these different parts, and in the future, they're covering their backsides. This is an attempt to cover your backside. So when they reflect, they say, oh yes, Mr. Blackmore said this and that and that. Oh yes, he was definitely against. But Matt, when you cry wolf, right? You cry wolf. Crying wolf is a lie because there is no wolf. But by the time the wolf comes along, the public no longer believes that, believes you because you were crying wolf. Now, why do I say that? Here's why I say that. You've heard the words of Mr. Lennox Linton talking about public interest. Today, Mr. Blackmore is talking about public interest. That is the same Blackmore that refused to tell us how much money was spent in prosecuting/persecuting opposition members. He refused to tell us in Parliament the amount. There was speculation that it was about 10 million spent on lawyers from Trinidad, expensive lawyers. And today he's telling us about expensive lawyers and the public interest. So why did he have a lack of public interest in telling us how much it costs to prosecute the opposition. Why? He claims it would create a security situation. That was his claim. And Matt, it goes further. Public interest. Mr. Lennox Linton again has been hammering public interest in the case of transparency and accountability for the CBI money. Where was Mr. Blackmore? On which side of the fence of public interest was Mr. Blackmore when Lennox Linton was talking about the true public interest in the case of transparency and accountability? Where was it? What side of the fence was he on? Enough said, Matt. I think
All right, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you. You made your contribution there. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes? Yeah, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Matt, I believe, as a citizen, I believe we should commend Mr. Blackmore highly. And I'm saying that to say that a lot of people were complaining about a heinous crime. And they were saying that the government was not saying anything or this and that. And I think what Mr. Blackmore said there, if I had called on the radio and say exactly that, there would not be any water to save me. I think Mr. Blackmore is brave enough. One has to, first of all, always respect the court. The court is the highest body in land, in terms of the law and so on. People have to always respect the court, like I do. But notwithstanding that, one can always make a comment if you have a concern. And I think people are missing something. First of all, they keep saying that the man is on bail. The man is not on bail yet. Bail.
He has not met the conditions for bail, but he has been given bail.
Right. So he's not on bail until the conditions are met.
Yes.
And they have to commend the judge highly because the judge has put this thing in such a way. And people must be fair, He put this thing in such a way, the stringent sort of conditions and so on, is going to be almost virtually impossible for this man to get here. Because first of all, I was doing some research on that thing there. And to renounce your citizenship, you have to go to a U.S. consul.
You must go to Barbados, yes.
The only way you can regain that, if you're under 18 years and you renounce your citizenship, you can apply for it within 6 months. But if you're over 18 years...
But you can reapply. I know of circumstances right here in Dominica where persons have given up or gave up the citizenship and they went back and they got it.
And then what happened?
They reapplied and they got their citizenship back.
Yes, but it have certain stringent measures and circumstances. But anyway, I'm not debating that. But I believe, this is a heinous crime, And in fact, I'm not boasting. For the last 4 weeks, I went to 4 different countries in Trinidad. And people were asking me all kind of questions, and I actually had to, not dodge the question, but because people were believing that something was happening like in Iran or something like that, or state thing and so on. So I think the minister stood firm and giving his feeling as a national security. And people are missing that point. That's a fundamental point that the man deserved the commendation for stating, well, I suppose he spoke on behalf of the government. Initially, I thought it was his own personal thing, because I read something somewhere where they're saying he did it from his own pen or his own hand.
He said in response, he said he was responding to somebody else. Yeah.
Right. So then I thought maybe he was just just saying that out of the blue on his own. But this is a serious thing. Then maybe they say it's a fundamental right, and they say personal thing. But that is something that has to be condemned. That's a serious thing. And people can be vexed with me and they can say they're watching me and think that I this and that. Anytime you speak the truth, people believe you're against this or you're against that. But that's a heinous crime. And that nobody could support that at no level at all. And if people don't condemn that and they will give the impression that there is some sort of magic, for want of a better word. So this is very serious. And it's just like if you have a child and you love that child a lot and the child is committing crimes and then you receiving the gold chain and all these things. And then when the child is in danger, now you put your hand on your head and cry. We have to condemn it because You know what a guy told me yesterday? That's a man high places. Had it been a Dominican that done that, Dominican would be in trouble, you know. Canada would put more restrictions on you and more things and this and that. So I think we have to commend the minister. I think he was bold and brave to come out. Of course, we have to respect the court's judgment. When it comes to the courts, if you have anything, you have to go and challenge and so on. You have to respect. But I believe very stringent measures was put on that thing. And it's very unlikely that this man will get bail.
All right, thank you. I think I received a clearer copy of the letter coming from the Prime Minister. His office, letterhead, Commonwealth of the Dominique Office of the Prime Minister, from the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister, to Mrs. Missy Henderson, Permanent Secretary, Office of the Prime Minister, November 25th, 2024. It has been brought to my attention that a vehicle purchased for the Office of the Prime Minister and to be used to transport my children among other services, including transportation of guests of the government, has created discomfort to some. I hereby instruct that the vehicle shall not be used for the transportation of my children under any circumstance. Such decision shall be implemented effective November 25th, 2024. Notwithstanding, I have proceeded to purchase a personal vehicle which shall be used to transport my children to and from school. Let the record show that at no time did I ask for any vehicle to be purchased specifically to transport my children to and from school. Though the world over, a state facilitating any head of government through such courtesy is a common practice. Signed by the Prime Minister of Dominica. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Andy Jolly. I see you are following the issues there.
Well, I'm trying my best because there's so many of them. Which ones should we follow? Because we don't know whether to turn left or turn right. You know, I remember back in school they told us the story about this general.
Yes.
And one of his soldiers came running in, and he said, General, we have a big problem. I think we're all gonna die. And he said, No, what's going on? He said the troops from the other union has surrounded us. They are all around us. He says, good. This is very good. He says, what we should do is tell all our men we can shoot in any direction now. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're shooting in any direction and we must hit something, right? Is that what we're doing?
Let's go. We're going to take some phone calls. We want to listen very interactive with that. Andy Joel is here with us for the next couple of minutes. Hello, talk to me, yes?
Honorable Doctor, what going on, bro?
It's good to be here, How are you doing, Blessings?
I give in thanks, blessings to you. I mentioned you to your sister. I was by 1 or 2 days. I wrote them malpalenio. Anyway, Matt Pelte, blessings to you.
Blessings.
Some people in Dominica have no shame. Mr. Irish, why won't you just be truthful and be honest? Not to come there with how the partner say it, anyway. That one is a circus. Irish, what is his name? Clarence Christian, no scare it. Not it is allotted or it is provided to any leader anywhere in the Caribbean. But all the electoral reform all over the Caribbean, it cannot be allotted to the Dominican people or provided, Matt.
Good observation.
It cannot be facilitated. Huh?
I said good observation there.
And that is how these are creatures of convenience. And what they love to do is to manipulate the minds of the unsuspecting, skillfully determining the outcome of how people behave and how they think. But Skerrit, you're not good enough because you're not working on me. I mean the people that expose themselves to your manipulation. So be it. Matt, it's very interesting. Blackmore. Blackmore is shameless, Matt. We talk about fundamental. We use that word about 3 times. Joshua is fundamentally wrong. The government is fundamentally against bail. But guess what, Matt? The court is independent. Matt, have you ever heard that before? Have you ever heard about the independence of the court in Dominica several times, Matt?
I've heard that, yes.
And we know how independent the court is, Matt. You see, when I listen, I'm not referring to Blackmore is nobody. When I say nobody, I'm not referring to anybody specifically. When I listen to criminals, Matt, I mean, he could, and back to Blackmore could come and say what Austria was saying about him was fundamentally wrong. Matt, couldn't that be so, Matt?
I'm sure.
But no, he's come in and talk about how, oh yes, a man, the court is independent, a man is innocent until proven guilty, and he is complicating matters. He's all over the damn place, Matt, like me. Sometimes people say, you're all over the place. Thank you. I love it because I'm trying to wake you up. So now you find Blackmore can come these days and want to talk with some kind of authority about law and order, and we know what he was accused of. We're accused of. We're waiting on you for you to tell us Reginald Austria was fundamentally wrong to accuse you or conclude what you was involved in. Not another story. Matt, what happened to Roosevelt Skerritt now, Matt?
What do you mean? What is happening to him?
Matt, how can Roosevelt Skerritt say he made no request for a vehicle, but not the letter? He's not referring to the letter. So the letter is a fake letter then, Matt?
No, it's not. It's
the vehicle.
Black and white. The Minister of Finance.
Clarence Christian said it was not the Prime Minister, so the Prime Minister came and he confirming. But who did it on the behalf of your children, and it is written in black and white? My brother, you think you're the mastermind, they say you're politically savvy. I will not say politically what you are, my brother, but come on, stop trying to think, well, all of us blind, and it's your alone that can see. Matt Peltier allowed Dr. Jolly, Honorable Dr. Jolly, to take the floor.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you. So, Andy, what do you make of this whole issue, the transportation of the children? Now the Prime Minister is still changing his mind. He said he never made that request.
Here's the thing. I don't think anything is wrong with the Prime Minister having a vehicle for his kids. I think it's a good idea. He should definitely upgrade the vehicle for his kids. The main issue that we have here is that he paid for it with the government. Well, not even the government, the people's money, because technically the government doesn't have any money. The people of Dominica provide money for the government to operate, and it's clearly a misuse of funds. And
but say one, say two, and he said, well, effective the 25th of December. He no one.
Matt, listen.
So you think it's an excuse?
Matt, isn't there a song cover up? Are we using what for cover up? I mean, here's the thing. It's clear that our Prime Minister no longer cares about Dominica or anybody in it. I mean, I'm going to tell you that clearly. And I'm going to, listen, you drive a vehicle that's probably about $60,000 or so?
A lot less.
A lot less. I mean, I myself, I drive around in a vehicle that's a lot less. I was trying to make you seem better than I was because we're both in bad shape. But here it is that most of Dominicans drive a vehicle that's about 60, 70.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to give you $100,000, and here it is, our Prime Minister sees it fit to have his kids driving around in an almost $200,000 vehicle.
It has to be that expensive because the Prime Minister may have received what do you call it? Duty free.
I don't know.
It's a lot more.
I think the duty free comes from the same office too. I think they could just sign, because I think he's the one who signs duty free off, right?
The finance minister.
The finance minister. No, I think he does. Or is it the finance now?
Finance minister.
Okay. Well, I mean,
that office.
Same office. Come. So maybe there's a lot going on that we need to look into, Matt. But here's the thing. Literally, I think he got caught off guard. He wasn't expecting that. None of this letter would have come to light if it wasn't for the complaining of the public and the excessive use of public funds for a reason that is not valid at all. And I don't care what you say, because here's a gentleman who's been in office for 20-something years,
24,
claimed as the richest prime minister in the Caribbean, and doesn't have a wallet that can buy a vehicle for his own kids. I mean, what are you teaching your kids here? Are you teaching them that daddy is kind of a mooch, or he's leaning off other people? No. If you are that person, you take your wallet off. Man, I'm not the one really to go ahead and criticize people on vehicles. I myself I have quite a few vehicles.
Right.
I don't even want to put the number on the radio. But you know what, Matt? I paid for them with my own money. That's the difference. And I love it. I love when you spend your own money. It makes you feel good.
But he did say, effective now, he's going to proceed to purchase a personal vehicle which shall transport.
Well, Matt, how many more letters like that do we need? I mean, we probably need about 40 more letters like this because there's a lot more abuse than this going on. We just found out about this one by mistake. But what about the rest of them? Can he send the rest of the letters of the abuse of all the other funds that he's used? I mean, because we would really like to see. I mean, we have paper in the fax machine or on email. Send us the rest of the letters because I'm pretty sure, Matt, this is not the only circumstance.
Hello on the telephone. Sorry about that. Let's take a phone call. Yes, hello. Talk to me.
Matt,
Sir.
can you please read the memo that Mr. Skerritt? Read it slowly. I want to hear the part about where it created discomfort before I make my statement, Matt. Is that possible?
Let me try my very best. It has been brought to my attention that a vehicle purchased for the office of the Prime Minister and to be used to transport my children among other services, including transportation of gas of the government, has created discomfort to some. I hereby instruct that the vehicle shall be used for the transportation. I hereby instruct that the vehicle shall not be used for the transportation of my children under any circumstance. Such decision shall be implemented effective November 25th, 2024. Are you still there?
Enough, Matt. Enough. Thank you.
All right,
Matt,
sir.
what I want to say is that in regard to electoral reform, why doesn't Roosevelt Skerritt write such memo? Because it has caused discomfort to many in a democracy where he keeps stalling and interfering with the process of electoral reform. How many thousands have been put in distress who believe in democracy, who are feeling this discomfort? Why is Skerritt not writing a memo saying he will no longer interfere in the process and let the process go forward in the hands of the Electoral Commission? And the people that he has put in the Electoral Commission to stall the process, they be removed and let them act in the public interest to set this electoral reform process so we can move on and he stop interfering with it, because many have been feeling this discomfort, Matt. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We're going to take a quick break. I know the telephones are going crazy here, but we'll take a break and come back, okay?
It's that time again when Akel Ruffle Mattress and Fabric Store is giving up to 40% on selected sheet sets, mattresses from 20 to 30%, fabric of 30%, leveret of 15%, and special prices on pillows. Visit Akel Ruffle Mattress and Fabric Store on King George V Street across from the Jolly's Wholesale on the Point Michelle bus stop. Call 440-2424 for more information.
Mountaintop, natural spring water. All bottled water is not created equally. There is bottled water and then there is Mountaintop, natural spring water. Mountaintop natural spring water, sourced from healthy, mineral-rich Caribbean's natural springs. It is the best tasting water of all. It is also healthy with natural minerals. Some other bottled waters remove the natural minerals which we need to have a healthy balance, but Mountaintop keeps them for us, just as nature intends it to. So for great tasting and healthy bottled water, choose Mountaintop natural spring water. It is the best for you. Available at ESA Trading Limited in 500 ml, 1.5 liter, and 5 liter bottles. Retail and wholesale prices start from $1.95. ESA Trading Limited, making a difference for you.
This season, decorate like a designer with the perfect splash of color. Whether you're dreaming of a chrome combination or a bold space, only Harris Space has just what you need. Explore our new collection of trending color palettes by top Caribbean designers, and transform your space with confidence and style. And the best part, from now until December 24th, dip to win up to 20% off top quality paints at all Harris stores and participating dealers. It's the perfect opportunity to decorate like a designer for less, only at Harris Paints.
Yes, come in. Hold that thought. I'll call you right back. I'll go right back. Partner, Elas Franco, how are you doing? Things are getting really tight in this Guava season. Right now, I just don't know what to do. But Franklin, what are you doing? You're sitting on your money machine. With all them skills and ideas that you have, you could go further, faster. Huawei, go to the NDFD. They've got the best rates on business loans, not to mention affordable business support. They'll get your business registered and help you develop your business plan. They'll design your logo and train small business owners just like you. For real, I go down there now. All jokes aside, NDFD is helping people when others would not.
Bang a bottle. Not sure what gift to give? How about a GBA gift certificate? Our gift certificates are tailored to your budget. Located at 106C Independence Street, Roseau, just after the EC Low Black Bridge. Call us at 275-8788. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Wines and spirits are our specialty, with top brands to choose from.
Diplomatico, Vody, Chairman's Reserve, Vino Maple, Bounty, to name a few.
So make your gift giving easy with a GBA gift certificate. Season's greetings from all of us at GBA Enterprises.
Secret Santa, everybody write your name. Secret Santa, this is how we're gonna start the game.
Wouldn't it be exciting to be a Secret Santa? You can with the Adult Education Division Secret Santa Time. Dip the name of an underprivileged child from October 28th to December 6th, 2024. Then bring in your wrapped gift 2nd to the 18th December between the hours 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Meet us under the tree at Adult Education Division's office on 22 Kennedy Avenue, Roseau, or call us 266-3305, 266-3088, or 266-3356. Shh! Secret Santa.
Secret Santa, you're all of us have guessed. Secret Santa comes the part that is the best.
Cause all my life you have been faithful.
Support the Dominican Infirmary Residents Week of Activities, December 8th to 30th, 2024. Honoring our elders are celebrating lives, are sharing stories. Sunday, December 8th, church service from 3 p.m. at the infirmary, together with the Music Lovers Band. Monday, December 9th, official opening ceremony from 11 a.m. under the distinguished presence of the President of Dominica, Her Excellency Sylvania Britton, and her husband. Tuesday, December 10th, a Volunteers Day, an opportunity to give back and support residents. Also, Wellness Day. Wednesday, December 11th, Family Day, as we invite families to be part of activities and share time with their loved ones. Special performance by Pearl Christian Recorded Group of Students and more. Thursday, December 12th, an exciting outing for residents to the Freshwater Lake. Friday, December 13th, Donation Day, a chance to contribute to the infirmary's mission. Cash, groceries, clothes, and provisions will be accepted. Donate and receive a blessing. We invite the entire Nature Wild to join us in celebrating our residents and making this week a memorable one. Be part of the Dominica Infirmary Residents Awareness Week, December 8th to December 13th, 2024, as we come together in support and appreciation. To God be the glory, great things He has done. May God richly bless you.
Oh, I'm gonna sing perfect goodness. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna sing.
Q 95, 95, 95, 95, 95.
All right, Dominica. I told you Dominica is just pregnant with issues, huh? And I broke the news earlier, of course, following a big announcement of the Dominica News Online. that Mr. Delbert Paris has announced his candidacy for the United Workers' Party leadership. I've been trying, and I did that just a few minutes ago. Got him on my telephone line to confirm or not confirm. So I'm going to give him a few minutes just to, as I said, confirm or not confirm. Mr. Delbert Paris, good afternoon to you, sir. Senator Delbert Paris, how are you?
Good afternoon, Matthias. I'm doing excellent this afternoon. How are you?
Well, I'm doing. Almost like a shock. The announcement this afternoon there, but I'm being told after thoughtful consideration, you're announcing your candidacy for the United Workers' Party leadership. Tell us a little more about that, please, sir.
Yeah, you can confirm that, Matt. There has been an overwhelming call for new blood and new faces and new energy, not just in the United Workers' Party, but in Dominica's leadership as well. And it's because of that and the things that I think my experience, both my professional and my voluntary experience, both in local organization and in international organizations, after a lot of consideration, after looking at the things that the party actually needs, and the things that I think, the value that I think I can add to the party, I'm accepting the challenge, and I'm putting my hat in the proverbial ring for leadership of the party.
So you're in the ring. What is it that you have to offer, given your practical experience and leadership skills?
Well, you have to look at a number of things, Matt. There are a number of areas that is required for the growth of the party and the advancement of the mission and the objectives of the party as it tries to position itself to contribute to the development of Dominica. And one of those things is the development of the different demographics, reaching out to different demographics. You're talking about our young people. You're looking at our private sector. You're also looking at reaching out to people who are currently not supporters of the United Workers' Party, but who are looking for space. They're looking for a home. They're looking for an ideology and a principle system that addresses their needs. And those are the areas that I think I can contribute to. Those are the areas that I think I bring a lot of value and ethics and capacity to. I'd like to contribute that to the party.
All right. So the next question will be, why now? I mean, the United Workers' Party has already, of course, been speaking to, and for 2 years we've been hearing about Dr. Thompson Fontaine. So why have you decided to put your name in that ring when you know there's a leader in place at this time?
Oh, well, the United Workers' Party has always had leadership, man. The United Workers' Party is never devoid of leadership. But the United Workers' Party is a democratic party that goes through a democratic process on an annual basis where they look at they look at the position of the party, and the delegates of the party and the leadership of the party decides how they take a look at it through an ethical, democratic process, a free and fair process, that the delegates choose how they want to position the party going forward. It is a process that allows people, the delegates and the membership of the party, to make selections where that is concerned. So it's not an issue of whether or not the party has leadership, because the party always has leadership and will always have leadership. But that's a decision for the delegates to make based on the direction that they see they would like the party to go.
And as we speak, you seem to be getting support from many delegates when you speak privately.
Well, I know a number of members of the party. I don't know the delegates of the party at the position of the party. I don't think that's what you do. You don't canvass the delegates. Delegates have an opportunity to make a coherent decision based on their own. There's support inside of the party and outside of the party, and
I just want to say thank you. Well, if, for example, let's say Mr. Thompson emerges as the leader in that contest, the delegates conference, would you give support to Mr. Thompson Fontaine?
Absolutely, man. I give support to Mr. Thompson Fontaine right now. Like I said, the party is never without leadership. There's always leadership in the party, but the party always makes a decision on the direction it wants to go with improving its standing in the Commonwealth of Dominica and advancing the cause and the goal of the party. So whoever emerges leader has my full 100% support. You remember that I participated together with Mr. Thompson at the economic conference as one of the presenters in the construction sector. A very good conference where I think we aired out a lot of plans and so on and so forth. So supporting the leadership of the party is never a problem, Matt. I think that's one of the things that the United Workers' Party is always good at doing.
Well, all I can say is blessings. I'm sure we will talk at length in some other interview. I'll give you a call later to find out where we can make a time and place, okay?
Thank you, Matt.
Delbert, thank you for confirming this news there. Of course, everybody's now shocked. Really? All right. We'll find out what goes on. I'll try to find Mr. Thompson Fontaine to get his reaction. Andy, you're here, fresh blood.
I know. Matt, it's so good that we get to see democracy in progress, and I don't think it's a problem.
We don't see that on the other side.
Matt, I think it's good. We don't see that on the other side. We don't see people coming in and saying, "Hey, I think I can contribute," or I think I have some talent. Why don't we give people options? And I think the shock should be on the fact that we don't usually have options in Dominica. I mean, people are more like, really? We have to choose? We're not accustomed of choosing, So Delbert's a very, very smart guy, and I think he's young, and I think he has a lot of good ideas, talented by all means. I know him personally, and I think it's good. I think people have to lend support to that. So here you have some talent on stage now that you can see that there's
so you have choices.
You have choices, and not only that, you can show that part of it is that we have a future plan. Part of it is that we have options that are coming up the pipeline. So maybe this might be if not successful, maybe it might be a learning experience for him. But guess what? I think he's gonna do great. I think the party is showing that it is a strong party. It's not going away anytime soon. And people sometimes have the idea, well, this thing is gonna just die down. But you have good young minds like Delbert coming in and saying, "Look, I've served and I'm willing to serve again." I mean, that's amazing, And I like to see those things, and I lend my support to those things because democracy is what we're looking for. We're looking for people who can really put some new ideas out there, man.
And doesn't want to hang on to a party.
Oh, no. We don't want anybody hanging on anymore. We've had hang on before. We've seen what that's done to us. I mean, we're in free fall now. I'm going to tell you that. We don't want anybody hanging on anymore. So I think that's something really good and exciting there. So
democracy in progress, somebody says. Democracy in progress. Let's take a few phone calls. Of course, we're here until the 3 o'clock hour, I'm sure. I'll get Delbert in here. You can ask him all the questions you have to, and we'll provide that opportunity very soon. Hello, talk to me on the telephone.
Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon, Mr. Jolly.
Good afternoon.
Matt, a couple of years ago, 2 vehicles were purchased for over $500,000. And these vehicles were purchased by the government to do the same thing that Skerrit say right now they're going to be doing. To carry dignitaries and to do this and to do that for the government. Over $500,000, 2 vehicles at one time were purchased. But that just reminded me of when they were building that state house. They said portion of the state house would be used so when foreign dignitaries come down here, instead of putting them in a hotel, they'll be staying there. Matt, have that ever happened, Matt?
Yes.
I'm just asking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Matt.
All right.
Well, so I just wanted to find out, Matt. But vehicles have been purchased already to do that same job. But because they hear people talking, so he jumping in front like a quack.
So you're saying that this is just an excuse?
Matt, that's an excuse. Because he see the amount of people, even his own people that were on his back. So he had to come out and say something. Everybody know when that man lying. He lying. He's a damn liar. Bye-bye.
All right, call, Blue, watch your tongue. 2:38 is the afternoon time. Talk to me, yes?
Matt, where to start? Matt,
Oh, you're back again.
yeah, the democratic process should not have the hate behind it. We see the Donald Trump. And if someone dared in the Labour Party to challenge Roosevelt's spirit, right away there would be a vicious war. But in true democracy, people go up willing to serve and see if they get elected by the majority. And if they are elected, they serve. And look at where this thing is. When Donald Trump came in as the elected president, Obama ushered him in. Wasn't it Obama? He ushered the guy in. Now, when his time was up and Biden came in, he was not present. He would not usher Biden into the White House. So you see, that's the difference, Matt, between the real democratically minded people. When there's a change, they accept it. It's the voice of the people, and they go along with it. But the Donald Trump types, and I believe Roosevelt's character is a Donald Trump type, they get angry when people challenge them.
All right, caller, thank you very much. So you wanted to make a
Well, I went to corral back on Blue Boo's suggestion, and I wanted to kind of, well, I have a lot of personal experience with cars, like I said, and one of the things that probably should have been done is if, like this letter probably should be written, but what should have happened is that if this is the vehicle that, Mr. Scarrett believes that should be held for his children, what he should have done was compensated the government for it out of his own pocket. And because right now we haven't,
and give us a proof,
and give us proof of that, and because right now, Matt, the money has been spent. It's been spent, and now we're gonna try to find something to do with the $180,000. Yes, we're gonna try to find something, and what a lot of people don't understand, and which shocks me with this administration, is the number of vehicles that we have in this administration. We've had more vehicles in this administration than we've ever had before. Now, I have a lot of vehicles, but Matt, I use them as a tax deduction. And any smart business person will know when you buy a vehicle, Matt, you can actually get a significant tax deduction. But where the money is really made is when that vehicle is sold. Nobody ever looks at where the money goes for that vehicle, because you can dispose of that vehicle. If you have a cousin, you could give them that vehicle. If you have a friend, you could give it to them at a good discounted price. So literally, what we don't want to keep the 100 and something thousand around. We want it back, and the problem is, Matt, I don't think Astafans has a return policy. I don't think you can return the $185,000 vehicle and say, can we just get a refund of our money? So the people's money is still gone, and money gone is just money gone. How do we get the money back? We didn't care about the vehicle. We want the money. That's what we wanted back. But we still haven't gotten back the money because that vehicle is still going to go do something somewhere for somebody that we don't even care about, or we have no clue where it's being or going to do. We want the cash.
Well, he did say it's for transportation of guests of the government.
Yeah, but Matt, we how many vehicles do we have for that already? The state has a bunch of vehicles that are being used for that already. We want the cash back.
All right.
That's what we want. We want the money, the $184,000. Let's put it to work in a hospital. Let's buy a garbage truck. Let's go do something that the people of Dominica want. This letter means nothing. This letter is a formal letter that was probably AI generated to soothe the people. But this is not soothing. We want the cash. If he had dropped $185,000 and said, look, I don't want it anymore. Here's your money. I'll just buy it from you. That's what I would have done.
All right. On the telephone, are you there?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good afternoon to you, Matt.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
And to your guest, Mr. Jolly.
Yes.
You just told Mr. Jolly, you just stole my thunder. That was exactly one of the things I was going to talk about. Why didn't Mrs. Kerry just present a check to the Treasury to say, look, I'm going to pay for the car, and we all would be happy that way. I'm not happy at all he has that letter. As Mr. Jolly said, that could be a letter thing by AI, but Matt, I have something else to talk about. Matt,
I've been listening to radio, and I always try to listen to radio as much as I possibly can. Nobody can tell me don't listen to this radio or that radio. Matt, I'm trying to find out because I hardly hear the news. Who is the persecutor in the case against Jonathan Lara?
Who's the persecutor? You mean the DPP?
Persecutor.
The DPP, yes. The DPP. Shimmer Darample and a Queen's Council from St. Kitts.
From St. Kitts.
Anything else?
I thought we were getting people from Trinidad again to persecute Jonathan Lara, because that's what the legal thing in Dominica now is, to persecute people. Mr. James is something.
He's a prosecutor, not a persecutor. Prosecutor, caller. Prosecutor. So we have two prosecutors in the case there. Thank you very much. And the team, a legal team from the DPP's office. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Thank you.
Matt, I want to be quick. Matt, you notice how Blackmore does you up when you ask him about regional assistance to investigate the matter, Matt?
Mm-hmm.
You know, them Black Americans have a way just dust off people off their shoulder, Matt, just for their fingers and dust you off their shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
My brethren, can you understand what is going on, Matt? Anyway, I want to say, Matt, but it's not the Honorable Dr. Jolly. I say, Matt, I go and join the party, sign up as a delegate, because here is Dr. Jolly that's going to be the leader. And how comes I hear in Mr. Paris now? Dr. Jolly, there was a rumor saying it's you know. Is that true now?
You know, Blessings, I don't think they want a guy like me, because Blessings, there's a lot of heads that have to roll out there. And I'm going to tell you, Blessings, I cut very sharp. I don't know if a lot of people are ready for me, but time will come, Blessings. The time will come. I have a few things on my plate that I have to finish up. And I think time, but Blessings, I'm going to tell you, if anything, we have to go up at that financial center and drain the swamp, because I am a believer that there's a swamp up there now. I'm just letting you know that I am that guy who goes and drains the swamp. We need to get rid of so many things here. We need to open up Dominica, create some free ports. We got to get rid of all this bureaucracy that we have, all this red tape, and all this abuse of money. We abusing money. The Dominica already doesn't have. I don't know why you'd feel the need to take advantage of the poor people and just continue to rape this country. And rape, I don't know if anybody's been raped, Matt. I mean, but that's what it feels like. It feels like they have their hand in our pockets at all times, just taking advantage of us. I mean,
yes, Blessings, quickly. Yes.
Yeah, just quickly, Matt. I am just saying, Matt, it is that level of abuse has to stop, Matt, by any means necessary. As I tell you, you asking for asking the question to the Minister of National Security, and he could not confirm. He just does you off. And the next thing, Matt, if everything Joshua said as a lawyer, is Blackmore a lawyer? Is Blackmore an attorney at law to come? Joshua Francis said something he was fundamentally wrong. It's not Joshua that in that particular field of expertise. Matt is not Blackmore. I'm not saying Blackmore don't know the law. He is Minister of National Security with all the murders and crimes. Even he himself is being accused of a crime or whatever it is. But you want to come and dispel what Joshua said. Thanks for the time.
All right, thank you very much. Somebody's saying, Matt, the original memo that was leaked did not say anything about transporting guests of the government, just to transport the Prime Minister's children. So take note. Mr. Clarence Christian, you heard the Prime Minister's in that letter there that everybody is talking about. That did that indicate anything about security for? Anyway, I'm just laughing, Clarence. I mean, you've now been thrown under the carpet, my brother. Come up with your own response. Hello, talk to me. 246. You have to apologize. Hello to the people of Dominica. Talk to me. Yes.
Good afternoon, Matt.
Good
afternoon to one of my favorites.
Good afternoon.
Matt, what Mr. Jolly say, I agree with him, Matt, because right now it is considered as though our money have been wasted. If Roosevelt Kevin is going to buy another transport with his money for his children, something has to be done with that transport. And as you say, I don't think Astafan will take back and give back money. So what is going to happen to that car that is being standing there?
Well, he did say for the transportation of guests, so maybe it will remain.
Matt, how many guests do we have in here? I mean, I would give the guests a ride. I mean, I got I got a small car. I mean, I'll transport anybody or anywhere around. We need the $185,000 back. And you know what? This has been the problem for the longest while, Matt, that things are being bought. They are being put under the shelter. We have to maintain them. We have to maintain them. You know, Matt, I don't know if you remember some time back.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a reporter. You have a good memory. Remember how long the prime minister said he was going to be in the house at Mont Daniel? Wasn't it for what? 2 years, right?
Yes.
He was going to be there for a couple of years.
And he'll move out.
And then
To
he'll
his
move
own
out
house.
to his own house. What happened? That nobody followed up on that stuff. He was going to be there. We were going to. And you know, actually, Matt, some people actually agreed. Some people said, you know what? That's fine. Let him have his 2 years and then we'll see. And then what happened?
So multiply 2 years by 24 months. See how much money we spend.
The way we're spending money black and white, Matt. We have to cut the nonsense out of society. And people have to start educating themselves and seeing the reality of the situation is that we are being abused as Dominicans. We're being abused continuously on a daily basis. We're being abused financially. And Matt, I think there's an abuse of the mind as well going on there. I feel bad. Mentally to have to think about the fact about what that $185,000 could have done for the poor people of Dominica. That's half of a house you could have bought for somebody. Or in some cases, maybe a whole house, right?
A whole house.
$185,000.
You can get a 2 or 3 bedroom house right there.
Yeah. I would have given somebody a house.
Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yes? All right, more telephone calls coming in there. It's hot. Remember, Dominica, we have pregnant issues, so we are all over the place, but of course, we're sticking to the current issues. Hello, talk to me. Yes, good afternoon.
Hey, Mr. President, good day.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm here.
Roosevelt Skerritt and the Minister of Finance and others have been caught putting their hands in the kitty. And they should be asked to resign. So I am calling on Roosevelt Skerritt to resign. You are caught taking away illegally from the country. I am asking you to resign effectively immediately. And the other thing, man, things are happening. What I would like to advise is, when these things happen, it's good to make a police report on these things. So, because the commissioner of police is part of the Labour Party business, he will compromise. So in the future, when investigation comes, we can also incriminate him. We can prosecute him because he did not do his job in position. If you don't make a report, maybe he might have an excuse. Make the report so he can be investigated when he don't act on it in the near future, when change comes, and then he will be jailed for what I'll call bad conduct in public office.
All right, caller, thank you very much. Let's move on there. Let the record show, I want to repeat that line. Let the record show that at no time did I ask for any vehicle to be purchased specifically to transport my children to and from school.
I don't know. Well, so the vehicle just magically showed up. It's magic.
Or somebody wrote that memo and nobody gave permission.
I don't know. Maybe the
that's what happens.
But there's
people just write
people are writing memos of this. So this is why I want to tell you there's a bigger fundamental problem here that we have not taken a good look at. Here it is that things are not being done in an orderly fashion because, technically speaking, there's a procedure. Now, this could have been done perfectly legal, but there was a procedure for it. It probably had to go to Parliament, probably had to be put in a budget, probably had to be accounted for, probably had to be discussed. And if it was approved or authorized, then it would be, we'll go ahead and do it. But here it is, Matt, that this just wasn't done right. It was not done right. It was not even supposed to be done. So the bigger question is, how many other things are being done without procedure or without the correct procedure, and we just don't know. So now it raises a bigger question for me. I'm thinking, you know what, Matt? Where there's smoke, there's a big fire underneath somewhere.
Hello, talk to me. Yes. Call up.
Hey, good afternoon, Matt and Andy. Good afternoon to you guys.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Let me say good afternoon to Mr. Andy, and I appreciate what he's doing. Mr. Andy, I want to say, man, thanks for country. Thanks for doing what you're doing for country. And I wish a lot of men, because when you speak, my brother, there's a sense of hope. There's a sense of encouragement. to the people saying all is not gone. But Matt, on the next list, Matt, anybody who study etymology, Matt will understand, you read that letter twice, would understand the placement of the words that the Prime Minister used. Matt, it is like what he said in his campaign. He said to them, go to hell. But this time he's not telling them go to hell. He's telling them, literally telling them, to hell for you all, it's not your business. I will show you all what I am going to really do. And I can do it. Matt, it is very disrespectful. I mean, listen to how this letter is read it twice. And when I listen to the placement of the word, the content and the context of the word, Matt, this man is very disrespectful, and Mr. Roosevelt just need to go. Give Dominica a free moment to breathe and rule the country, to put the right man in there to rule the country and to give Dominica.
I'm asking myself a question. Mr. Finance Minister Irvin McIntyre, you asked for this.
I don't think he asked for it, Matt. I think he signed for it. But who? The question is, who asked for it?
The directive came from him.
It did. Eventually, his signature is on there.
That's it.
But maybe.
So what does he have? What does he have to say right now? Because the Prime Minister is saying,
somebody.
I dismiss that.
Look, Matt. Here's the thing: in any institution, even in my institutions, my businesses, if somebody went out and made a purchase that I didn't approve, or I'm not in approval of, or somebody. You know what would happen to them?
They get axed.
They're lit on fire. I'll burn them at the stake, Matt. That's what you deserve. Because here's the thing. I didn't ask you to put $184,000 of my money you went and you spent, without prior knowledge, Matt. So what? So what is this letter saying? If our Prime Minister didn't know,
he didn't know nothing about
so who asked for this? Who asked for it? Somebody down in the bottom who saw the children walk into school.
So the minister decided on his own.
The minister decided. The financial minister saw this on his desk and said, "Hey, this is a good idea." I think
at some point, a couple conferences ago, he said, this question is above your pay grade. Now I realize.
Now you realize.
I asked the question to the finance minister. He said, he wasn't not the finance minister at the time. He was the health minister. And I asked a specific question. The Prime Minister jumped in and he said, this is above
your pay grade. I remember that. Probably this might be above his pay grade too. I mean, look, if we have a financial minister who is so risky or is so lax with our money, Matt, is this somebody that we want writing our checks up there and dispersing our money? I mean,
just writing letters
without even calling to ask a question and said, "Hey, Mr. Scarrett, I have a paper here for you. It's $184,000. It's for your kids. Is that something that you want?" Really? You mean that conversation didn't happen? So, Matt, if you can spend $184,000 without a conversation, what else are you spending? That's crazy, right? I mean,
that's a big joke.
That's a big joke. I mean, if they did that at credit union, I mean, Jesus Christ of mercy on all poor souls.
I hereby instruct that the vehicle shall not be used for the transportation of my children under any circumstance.
We need the money back. We don't care who the vehicle's transporting. Get the money back. Let's get it back to normal.
Let the record show that at no time did I ask for any vehicle to be purchased specifically to transport my children to and from
school. But Matt, remember, that vehicle was not purchased. You know that, right? That vehicle have been in operation for quite a long while.
It was bought in August.
So somebody went up there, and not only that, took the vehicle on an LPO, right?
You're a smart guy.
Took the vehicle on an LPO. So what we should do is find the original LPO, because guess what? When I go up to Astafans, I don't drive out without paying. I mean, so if you can drive into Astafans and pick up a vehicle at that price, here's what I have to tell the Dominican public.
Yes.
Let's all go up to Astafans and get a vehicle. We'll send it. We'll send the money a month later for them.
Oh, what a joke. Let's play our voice note there before we go. It's 2:58 in the afternoon.
Man, good afternoon to you and Mr. Jolly and to all Dominicans.
Yes, tell me.
Man, does that really make sense, that memo of Scarrett? He said he did not ask for a vehicle. He did not request it. But lo and behold, he accepted it. And from what I understood, that the vehicle had already been at work transporting kids, man. So if you did not authorize it as the Prime Minister, why the hell did you not kick against it? Why did you allow it? Why did you allow the purchase of that vehicle? And Matt, he did not authorize it, but he sat quiet. And if you did not authorize it, then somebody should be answering to the Prime Minister if this man really cared about how our public funds are being misused in the country. So he did not ask for it. So it was a gift then. Was that an early Christmas gift or was that a birthday gift? When was his birthday again? In June?
June 6th.
And when did that vehicle come in August? So was that a birthday gift? Was that a gift gifted to scare it? On the taxpayers' money? Matt, that does not make any sense. But you see, it's only in Dominica, because in any normal country, Roosevelt Skerrit would have, been made to resign, as well as the finance minister, because they seem to be just doing what they want with our resources. And I really want to ask what kind of politics that is being played in Dominica, and how do they do that in Parliament? Is that parapolitics? They're just borrowing our monies into all sorts of different things, whims and fancies, and all sorts of highway moonshine and extravagant living. Come on. Wow. This is sickening.
This is sickening. I think we don't have so much time.
Matt, that's fine. We had a good discussion. It was good laugh. Matt, but here's the thing. I've won Dominicans a long time ago, and anybody listening to this program knows that I've said over and over again, this is what happens when you've put somebody in power who's never run a business, who barely has any experience with finance, who is not balanced. We don't even know if that person has really had an opportunity to balance their own checkbook. So here it is that we've put somebody in power that is doing this. And this is a rookie mistake, Matt. Anybody who runs a business and has this kind of stuff going on in this, it is destined to fail. I have to say, this is poor economics 101.
All right, Dominique, we'll be back. And don't forget, we have to explore further this issue with the bill. I'm sure there's more discussion to come. Breaking news this afternoon.
Always breaking news over. Matt, our court system is in shambles. We have to try to do better. I mean, it's bad, and God bless their heart. But Matt, here's the thing. I want to tell all those nurses, police officers, teachers, any of the government workers out there, this is your hard-earned money too. Don't believe that this stuff does not affect you as well, because guess what? That money could have gone to your school kid. That money could have gone to something worthwhile, but instead it's going to be parked in the cellar somewhere, just hanging out there for a little while, just decaying. So I would like to see the $185,000 come back to the people.
We want our money back.
Purse. We want that money back. I mean, I don't care about the rest of the billions of dollars that are out there. That money is actual money we would like back.
All right. A good way to go. We'll see you again sometime soon.
Yes.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye.
And turn this world around and bring back all of those happy days. Put your trouble down. It's time to celebrate. Let love shine. We will find a way to come together. Christmas in this year.
Can I have this? We have an extra $400 from Flow. You can have everything you want.
Mortgage with Flow. With Christmas in, when weekly prices up to $10,000. Sign up for a postpaid bundle or a private plan.
We Christmas in with free groceries from Flow. Plus, a chance to win weekly prizes and up to $10,000 cash. Head over to your nearest Flow store or visit discoverflow.co. Flow, we Christmasing.
Mortgage with Flow.
Okay, Max, if I'm going to steal Christmas this year, I'll need a smart TV to keep an eye on the who's, a smartphone to call for backup, cash, and a stove to bake this ham. Seriously, I can get all this for free if I sign up for Flow.
With Christmas thing with thousands of gifts, even the Grinch would love. Sign up for a postpaid mobile bundle or high-speed broadband and win big every week. Visit discoverflow.co now.
Flo ni o magasin nef asi wool. Iwi ve eve pawe pou mene service bao. Nou te prometou innovation eve nou ka delivoy a présent. Boutique Flo asi wool. Pawe pou mene bao bon qualité service eve produit ou sa tape a pli gros magasin Flo. Si ou vle gen en portable nef, ou registre pour un service nef, fait en plainte, ou be pay en bill, ou be simplement mari en chection, ou sa fait tout ça. Côté magasin Flo asi wool. Comme ça, le oué magasin Flo asi wool en communauté ou obe en laouia, pas paix. Vini pour quitter travailler Flo ba ou bon service professionnel. Magasin Flo asi wool, n'importe place, n'importe l'air. Ka vini en palapotou. Flo ka vini tout de suite, à dans en l'occasion tout poué.
The new Flow Store on Wheels is here and ready to serve you. We promised you innovation and we have delivered. The Flow Store on Wheels is equipped to provide all the great products and services available at our Flow Experience Center. If you want to purchase the latest smartphones, sign up for a new service, log a fault, pay a bill, or simply make an inquiry, you can do it all at our Flow Store on Wheels. Now that's what you call full service on wheels. So when you see our Flow Store on Wheels in your community or on your street, don't be shy. Stop by and let our professional team serve you. The new Flow Store on Wheels, convenience and reliability at your doorstep. Coming soon to a location near you.
You an easy way to pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering Fast Pay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? Fast Pay will send it to your email immediately. Use Fast Pay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Then you're on your way.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Hurricane season can be unpredictable, but your business doesn't have to be. In the face of adversity, you need a partner that goes above and beyond. Choose the path of resilience and certainty with CNW Business. Through disaster recovery as a strategy solution, CNW Business will safeguard your critical data, maintain seamless communication channels, and help you bounce back faster than ever before. Visit our website, cwcbusiness.com/myopenbusiness to learn more. Remember, a safe business is an open business.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
Flow is going green. As Flow continues to enhance its services and communication with you, the company announces a transition from paper to electronic bills from October 1st, 2024. With Flow e-bills, customers will receive billing information securely and conveniently without any interruptions. From October 1st, enjoy faster and efficient delivery. No more waiting for postal delivery. 24/7 access. Access your bill online anytime. Maintaining an eco-friendly environment. Reduce paper clutter. Convenient payment options. Pay via MyFlow app directly from the link in the email. Flow customers who are new to e-billing should provide or update their personal contact information with a valid email address. To ensure your personal contact information is up to date, visit any Flow store. Contact customer care at any time. Toll free at 1-800 804-2994 or visit discoverflow.co. Flow is keeping you connected.
When I reach any party, everybody don't know. Oh, oh, oh. If you think I'm crazy, it's the music that got me so. Oh, oh. When my party people, throw your hands in the sky. I. Come, my friends, I need you. It's time to raise the vibe with your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow. Yeah. Flow, it's love. Yeah. Hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow. Grab somebody and tell them no. Your happiness will be connected. Smile and cheer because it's me so. Grab somebody and tell them hello. Grab somebody and hold them there. Jam with each other. Grab somebody and hold them there. Jam with each other. Hold them close, don't go nowhere. Hold them close, don't go nowhere. Independent ladies, step to the front. Oh, oh, oh. Fellas, are you ready? Step to the front. Oh, oh, oh. We're my party people. Put your hands in the sky. I. Come, my friends, I need you. It's time to raise the vibe with your hands in the air. Hands in the air. Hands in the air. Hands in the air. This is how we flow. Yeah. Flow is love. Yeah. Hands in the air. Hands in the air. Hands in the air. Hands in the air. This is how we flow. Yeah. Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connected. Smile and cheer because it's me so. Grab somebody and tell them hello. Grab somebody and hold them there. Jam with each other. Grab somebody and hold them there. Jam with each other. Hold them close, don't go nowhere. Hold them close, don't go nowhere.
Got about 9 minutes outside of the hour of 3. Good afternoon, Dominica. How you doing today? Welcome to another edition of the Flow Hour right here live on the Carry FM and the Q95. Once again, it's you know what time it is. Only one more day until Blue Friday. And of course, we're going to be at the Flow store. Hope you guys are excited to see what's popping tomorrow. Super fragilistic. Excited. Happy Thursday going out to all my Flow customers. How you doing? Postpaid, prepaid, broadband. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for choosing Flow, man. How you doing? Yeah, man, this is how we flow. All those celebrating their birthday today, want to say happy birthday to you. Cut the cake and celebrate more life and more blessings upon you. Wishing you all the best on your special day. And of course, many, many more birthdays to come.
It's time to raise the vibe with your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow. Flow is love. Yeah. Hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow. Yeah. Grab somebody and tell them hello. Happiness will be connected. Smile and cheer because it's me so. Grab somebody and tell them hello. Jam with each other. Grab somebody and hold them there. Jam with each other. Hold them close, don't go nowhere. Hold them close, don't go nowhere.
Yeah, man, just pick up your phone and text me right now, man. Text me on my Flow phone. I'm a bit lonely this afternoon.
Flow is love. Hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow.
Somebody text me on my Flow phone, please. Hit me up, man. Shoot me a message, man. Just text me and say hello. This is how we flow. you guys are having a fantastic Thursday so far, man. I'm having a lovely day, man. I'm excited about tomorrow.
Hello, welcome to Flow.
Oh, yeah. Let me just say good afternoon going out to Lena. Up there in Tampa, Florida. How you doing? BJ Seggy, big up yourself. Good afternoon.
Pretty without makeup, all when you're yawning. Like a split, over sip a red wine. On my body stay high. On my body stay high.
Shout out to my girl Keisha one time. Miss Remy, good afternoon to you. Oh God.
On my body stay high. On my body stay high. When you on my body stay high. She want my body. Yeah.
Bobo, good afternoon to you. Andrea, sweetie, good afternoon. How you doing today? Happy Thursday.
Beat like a baseline drum bouncing on top of the.
We're Christmas in with Flow. If you're not on the flat talk, then what you waiting for, my boy?
You know me to play that man from the Caribbean. So me give a rub, give a one word. On my body stay high. On my body stay high. On my body stay high. When you want my body stay high. On my body stay high. On my body stay high. On my body stay high.
Let me just say a special good afternoon going out to the staff and the management at the Flow store. How you guys doing, man? Miss Platinum, good afternoon.
She want me body.
Selector Urban.
When feeling under the weather, let's make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete, darling. Keep me up. Only you alone can put in the soul. Keep me up. And they're telling me I should lead a fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close.
Bobo, I just want you to send me a voice note for me right now and just say that, flow is the way to go. I'll send a voice note for me right now.
Make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put a button on the fire. Popping in, it's over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in closer. Make the thing get your fire. All on the ground, all over the counter. Yeah. With that button on the fire, yeah. Get your cocoa. Oh. I barely could concentrate. I feel a sugar rush in my vein. One cup it does make my day. I'm missing it when I'm gonna love for you. Keep it up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Keep it up. Girl, you are that thing I could never leave you alone. No. And no matter what they do say, I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. Miss some she coming home, I will see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, miss some she when you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put a pot on the fire. Popping in, it's over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in closer. Make the thing get your fire. All on the ground, all over the counter. Yeah. With that pot on the fire.
Hola. Bom dia. The countdown is on. One more day until Blue Friday. Of course, you can check me out at the Flow store from tomorrow afternoon. Come chill out with us. Come sign up, come top up. Pay your bills one time and in full. Come make that switch, man. Bobo, it's time to make that switch and join the Flow family. Big up my boy Anil one time. Always logged on. Good afternoon to my brother. Happy Thursday going out to you.
Yes, my husband. Have a blessed and wonderful Thursday this afternoon.
And sending birthday greetings to Jojo from her granny. Enjoy and cut the cake.
Oh God. I'm in that time this afternoon. So I'm going to buy myself a clock.
Yes, my husband. Have a blessed and wonderful Thursday this afternoon. And sending birthday greetings to Jojo from her granny. Enjoy and cut the cake. The boss man, hello. How are you? Hello.
When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete. Darling, keep me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Keep me up. And they're telling me I should leave that fire alone. But the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. With some shit.
Let me just say a special good afternoon going out to Julie Bakes up there in Chance. I know she's always listening, and I'm sure she's happy that she's getting a shout out this afternoon. Of course, flow is the way to go. Without flow, you cannot grow.
When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete. Darling, keep me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Keep me up. And they're telling me I should leave that fire alone.
Saying a special good afternoon going out to Naomi. Also shouting on Mrs. Sweetface. Good afternoon.
I see you again. All day through the night I'm dreaming. Yeah, it's ocean. When you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put up a on the fire. Popping in it's over. Raise the temperature. Coming in closer. Make the thing get your fire. All on the ground, all over the counter. Yeah. With that pot on the fire. Yeah. It's your cocoa. Oh. I barely could
yeah, man, finally somebody make a song for me.
My vein, one cup it does
it's the cocoa tea.
Gonna love for you.
I'm too blessed to be stressed, boy.
I could never let you go. With some shit. Coming home, I will see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah.
I'll say a special good afternoon going out to Jasmine up there in Antigua. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday so far. Pick up yourself. Shout out to second mommy, Mrs. V down there in Portsmouth. How you doing?
Selector Urban.
Boy, what shall you talking to me? Know what you're saying. Don't feel like I run my life. Boy, know what you're doing. Don't feel like you control me. Boy, you better hush down. Hush down. Man, you think you want to say one woman. One woman. How about you not hush down? The boy you keep your pressure.
Oh, yes. That one is just for the ladies. Especially my flow ladies.
Free time to free up and take yes, time, free time to free up and take
my tongue. Boy, watch how you step into me. Know what you're doing. And don't feel you can run my life.
Let me just lodge on my bubble one time, Sanchez. Big up yourself in the way there right now. Good afternoon to you. Lodge up Richie's Barbershop. Good afternoon. All the folks at the Fashion Center. Brendaline. Beauty Island. Good afternoon. Happy Thursday going out to you guys. Yes, Patrice Roberts right now.
Yeah, don't see why not a thing. When we start to fling, princess is love thing. Go back for another gasoline. They say I need tough skin. They throw a lot of rough things. One day I go win. So a new journey must begin. Mansion on the hill, me have to free. Success on the line. Come now, we win, you know the vibes. Success on the line. Tell me where you know about sacrifice. Success on the line. Come now, we win, you know the vibes. Success on the line. Tell me where you know about sacrifice.
Hi, they're cool. Father Shapless, good afternoon to you. How you doing today? I'm blessed. Can't be stressed, you know.
You are my baby. You unbreak me. On the road to greatness. On the hand and take me. Even if we fall through, we get up. Life rough, so we have to deal with it raw.
We got about 23 minutes outside the hour 3 right now. Saying a special good afternoon going out to all the bus drivers that's locked on. All the street vendors, the various shops and snackets, bars, restaurants. Good afternoon. Make sure you're on the Flow Network. Come into the Flow store right now and sign up today. Let me just play my favorite tune for you guys right now. Listen. But that one is dedicated to all the ladies currently locked on.
Baby, you could go ahead. I could meet you by the spot. Sooner we can beat a couple up. Loosen up your waist so we can bubble up. And if you wanna bring a friend, girl, we can double up. We go drink, we go jam and frolic. See you in a flash like I am supersonic. If I can't come, girl, I will never promise. No, 'cause I swear, by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there.
Rewind and come back again, selector. Yeah, when the music is hot, take it back from the top.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Don't wait for me, don't wait for me. 'Cause I'll be there to keep you company. Want to know that bumper is my property.
I want to big up to the crew locked on up there in Galio.
Baby, you could go ahead, I could meet you by the spot.
Josie, and good afternoon to you.
Couple up. Loosen up your waist so we can bubble up. And if you wanna bring a friend, girl, we can double up. We go drink, we go jam and frolic. See you in a flash like I am supersonic. If I can't come, girl, I will never promise. No, 'cause I swear, by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there. 'Cause I swear, by the shadows by your side, I'll be there. Y'all carry it. Well, you know it's time to bet every pamma. We go find for this spot and pamma. All the way. Fight up. We go down, go low key. And we go show them out the party. And we go fight up. I told you when you touch down, I'm gonna post you like a caption. I'm gonna take you all over the island. We gonna joyride, we gonna have fun. Maybe I'm outside, plenty action. Or relax on the beach in the hot sun. I know you're disappointed by your last man. For the negative reaction. This time, you're fine. I'm gonna make sure that your light shine. Gonna keep my word for my life on the line. You're my beautiful girl, you are one of a kind.
Just want you guys to get used to this, of course. The 2025 Soca Music early release, of course. Final time.
By the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there. 'Cause I swear, by the shadow that's by your side, I'll be there. What are you doing? Yo, Benjai!
Victoria.
We are parts, we all big parts of our whole. Half and a half is a whole. Tell them boys know them rule. Can't put me in no hole. I'm more precious than gold. My story straight to unfold. I come back for the soul. Half and a half is a whole. Half and a half is a whole. I got half, I got half, I got half, I got half. We are parts, we all